from my own experience, I didn't go to film school. I didn't go to journalism school. So I'll start there. But I started. I actually came from a background in theater many moons ago. And I started making videos in the late 90s when I was in graduate school for something totally different. For me, a lot of it was kind of just finding my way. I started a documentary program at CUNY, City University of New York Journalism School. So I run a documentary program in a journalism school. So I talk about this a lot. And I also was at ABC News and Democracy Now! For a number of years on this more journalism side. So I guess what I think is that one of the things that has been interesting in my trajectory is that I've seen the demise of journalism and investment of journalism, sort of traditional news, at the same time as the growth of documentary. And that started to happen in kind of like the early 2000s. And I saw how documentary was supplanting a lot of the sort of long form, deep dive into stories, embeddingness that used to, kind of more happen in the news. So that's one thing that I think that we've seen, and it's certainly true today, where documentary has taken the place of a lot of that long-form journalism and that investment in stories and in international stories and in investigative stories. The other thing is, I do think, as Lucy said, as documentarians, we have more artistic freedom, as we should, because we're filmmakers. It's an art. Documentary filmmaking is an art. But I also do think that I, at least personally, and I think, I would say generally, and tell me if you guys think different, that there's an accuracy that we need to, adhere to. So it's not that we're just report just the facts, ma'am, but there's an accuracy in our storytelling that we can learn a lot from journalism about how to do that. So everything from, fact checking to how we are working with subjects, how we are asking questions, how we are interpreting events, how we're looking at archival footage. Again, we have creative leeway, which journalists generally don't have, but I do think that documentary has to, if it's going to call itself a documentary, has to have an accuracy about it.